Hey guys, Tone Fernandez with your social media lead generation tips, helping entrepreneurs like you get ahead using social media. Today, guys, we're going to be talking about Facebook ads and the process that comes right after you start generating leads from Facebook. This is where most entrepreneurs drop the ball. So you want to make sure that you're tuning into the rest of this video so I can give you a nice process for you to follow to increase your conversion rates. But before we get started, do me a big favor, guys. Hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you get notified every time we post videos just like this. So let's talk about it. A lot of times we see people who are running effective ads, good ads, who are catching attention. They have the right target on Facebook. They're targeting the right people with the right message. And they're generating a consistent amount of leads on social media. But what ends up happening? They waste their money, they waste those leads because they don't have a follow-up process. So what do I mean by that? I'm going to go over a few steps for you to make sure that you have already set whenever you're running leads on Facebook or running ads on Facebook to get leads. Number one is make sure that your response time is quick. So anytime that a lead comes in, you get notified that you're receiving a lead on Facebook. The number one thing is you want to make sure that you have a quick response time. So whether it be you or whether it be a team member in your business calling these leads back, you want to make sure that the time rate that they call back is between 5 to 8 minutes. It's already proven that the longer you wait to call your leads back, the less chance of you converting those actual leads will happen. So we've seen that within 5 to 8 minutes, you have a 75 to 80% chance of closing that deal. A few hours later, that goes down to 50%, and the next day it goes down less than 30%, all the way down to 5%. So why is that? Well, there's a few things you have to understand. Number one, when somebody sees your ad, they're in an emotional state. Your ad affected them emotionally. So what ends up happening is you want to strike and call them as soon as they're still feeling that same emotion. If you allow time to pass, what ends up happening is those emotions subside and they're not thinking the same way, and they won't even answer the phone. The second thing you have to understand is that you're not the only person that they're clicking, ads. They're clicking other people's ads. And what ends up happening is if that person calls them before you do, then they're going to do business with that person and not you. So number one is make sure that you have a quick response time. Number two is have a script. Have somebody, number one, who is good on the phones, who is a good closer, and who can set up appointments so that you have, number one, the best charismatic person on the phone who can catch their attention. Don't have a monotone post person. Don't have a person who comes off as rude. You want to have one of the best people in your business or yourself who's ready to answer those phones. And you want to have a script. When somebody calls and I receive a lead to my business, say, hey, this is Anthony with, the Legacy Crusade. We see that you called and you inquired about, an ad for, life insurance. Hey, what questions can we answer for you today? And we start getting them in the mode to answer questions immediately. And we go through our list of script questions. The next thing we do is we ask them, hey, are you, if we can find a plan for you now, are you in a position where you want to move forward? And what ends up happening, they either say yes, no. If they say yes, then we close them right then and there on the phone. If they say no, then we reschedule an appointment with them to close. We've noticed that having that script has increased our close ratio by 25% from when we were at about 60%. So make sure that you have a script when you're calling these people back. The third thing is, not all of your leads are going to be ready to talk right away. They're either going to be in the middle of something, they're going to be busy, or they might be driving. So what you have to do is have a follow-up process. So when somebody calls and they say, hey, right now I'm just can't talk, well, you have to make sure that a few things happen. Number one, you immediately schedule a follow-up. Hey, when's a good time for us to follow up to have a complete conversation? Once they give you a time and a date, you solidify that and you send them either an invite, an email, and a text message notifying them that that is the right time that you are supposed to call, and that's the appointment that you have. What ends up happening, it becomes an official appointment so they don't forget. And the reason why that's important is, have you ever received a call, you're in the middle of something, you said call me back, the person never calls you back, you forget about the process, now there's no a set appointment. So make sure before you hang up that phone that you get a solidified appointment and you have your calendar invite, you have your email, and a text message to reinforce that appointment. Last but not least, have a series of follow-ups. Well, what do I mean by that? So let's say that you talk to somebody and they're one of those, they have asthma. They have to asthma wife, asthma husband. We call that having asthma. So what happens is you want to make sure that you have a series of follow-ups, or you're adding them to an email campaign. The email campaign is a drip campaign which provides them with valued information with another offer to reschedule. What ends up happening is you stay fresh on their mind, and that campaign is automated so that you don't have to sit there and you don't have to always send out manual emails. What ends up happening is those people who may have clicked on your ad, who aren't in a buying ready mode, who are just inquiring about information, what happens is you stay on their mind, they're on your list. So eventually, when they are in a buying mode, guess what? They're going to remember you and they're going to call you back. So I hope that was helpful, understanding that it's not just about running Facebook ads, it's about the process afterwards. It's about that process that comes up right when that lead comes in to the point of closing them is very, very important. So you can't wing those things. So I hope that was helpful. If it was, feel free to like, share, comment, and subscribe to our channel. As always, your success is important to me, guys. Peace. Thanks for tuning in. If you want to learn more about Facebook ads, I have a training that I provide for you guys in the description below. It's Facebook ads made easy. So if you're looking to learn a little bit more about running Facebook ads, it's a training that usually costs hundreds of dollars that you have the access for only 17 bucks. If you're interested in that training, go ahead and click on the link in the description and we'll send it right over. Appreciate you for tuning in, and make sure that you hit the subscribe button.